Welcome. Out of respect for your time, we will keep this presentation as concise yet as informative as possible. We encourage liberal use of the pause and replay buttons throughout. Now, without further ado,
welcome, you magnificent financial wizard. I look forward to guiding you along the journey that is this presentation on customizing and harnessing the power of active trader in TD Ameritrade's ThinkOrSwim. We shall journey through the thrilling terrain of customizable layouts, real-time data, and even unlock the secrets of wielding bracket orders. By the time we're done here, you will be working the stock market like a financial samurai. So buckle up, Buttercup.
But before we plunge into the deep sea of serious affairs, we are going to take a detour through some intriguing nuggets of knowledge. You can open multiple windows in a workspace in TOS. The main window is the one with chat rooms and setup at the very top right of the window. With that in mind, for configuration purposes, the live trading and paperMoney versions function completely independently, but in precisely the same way.
As you can see, I am using the paperMoney version for presentation purposes. Reset for clean start. To facilitate a clean presentation, I reset the ThinkOrSwim to default, and here's how. Click Setup at the top right of the main window. Select Reset Workspace to default from the drop-down. Click OK on the confirmation dialog. This simple action bids farewell to any superfluous windows, leaving us with a pristine workspace from which to commence our journey. Privacy feature. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you need to let people see your trading screen, but not share your account information, TOS has a privacy feature for exactly that. When privacy is on, asterisks will obfuscate all your account information. To turn privacy off, go to the top left of the main screen and click Option BP. In the drop-down, click Privacy to turn it off and on.
But wait, there are more nuggets of knowledge to come. The option buying power box is sometimes more accurate than the futures buying power box. During a funds transfer, however, the futures buying power box is about as reliable as a crack whore at dawn. There are so many reasons why I wish I was kidding. The why of it is, funds must be fully cleared, 100% accredited to your trading account before they can be used to buy options or futures. When you initiate an ACH, your trading account gets a heads up and TD Ameritrade increases your stock buying power. However, TD Ameritrade tends to wait the maximum amount of time allowed by law to fully accredit an ACH to a trading account. That is why you may see your stock buying power increase within hours after you initiate an ACH deposit, but it may take days before your options buying power moves. The colossal load of nonsense here is that the figures shown in the futures buying power box can trick you into believing you're all set until you try to make a trade using your hard-earned cash. Then bam, psych bitch.
We could get straight back to active trader, but this is a good segue into adding cells and synchronizing tools. So, pay attention.
Anyway, you slice it or open it. A new cell is empty to begin with. Not a whole lot you can do with an empty cell. You can always enter a symbol in the space provided at the top left of the cell. However, if you want to synchronize across multiple charts or tools, then color coding is your friend. Every cell you have set to the same color will all update when you change the symbol on any one of them.
That sounds awesome! How does one do such a thing?
Okay, well, I am glad you asked. All it takes is clicking the little icon just to the right of the Enter symbol box at the top left of the cell. The little chain link symbol says the cell is unlinked, which makes it independent of others. To link cells so they stay in sync, just assign the same color to each cell. This is where that nice clean workspace I have here will come in handy. First, I'm clicking the Charts tab on the main window. Since I reset my workspace, my chart area is empty. Even when the cell is empty, the symbol link icon is available right there beside it. Click the symbol link icon and select a color. In this case, I am selecting 2 yellow. What color you choose does not matter, so long as you use the same one on the other cells. For demonstration purposes now, I am going to add another cell to this grid. Click the grid icon at the top right and select the cell grid. Now I enter a symbol in my chart on the left. And nothing happens in the cell on the right. That is because the symbol link on the cell on the right is a chain. Guess what now? Go ahead, guess. Click the symbol link icon on the cell on the right. Set it to 2 yellow so it matches the cell on the left. Being as sharp as you are, I'm sure you notice the 2 charts in my demo right now are the same. Just for drill, I'll point out that you can configure them however you need. Now seeing that they stay in sync when you update the symbol seems a bit more useful, don't it?
Nugget of knowledge alert. In the interest of completeness, we will stroll through the process of adding a fresh grid to house our beloved active trader. Because that's how the cool kids do it. Click the Charts tab on the main window. Click the bullet list icon to the right of the grid icon at the top right above the chart. Select Detach from the drop-down menu. Click the grid icon at the top right of the new grid. Select just one grid layout from the grid pop-up. Click the grid icon again and ensure the Show Side in Cells option is checked. This will make sure the sidebar full of features is visible on the right of every cell in the grid area, which in this case is just the one. It will most likely just be Chart, but deselect all options on the sidebar. This will for sure clear the deck for the active trader. Once you've got a blank area, click Active Trader in the sidebar.
Back to Active Trader. Displaying Active Trader is one of the options on the sidebar. If the sidebar is not already visible, click the grid icon at the top right of the toss window. Check Show Sidebar in Cells. Click Active Trader on the sidebar. I like having Active Trader in its own cell, so click Chart on the sidebar to turn it off. By default, Active Trader displays a volume column, which is completely useless. Click the small cog icon on the right of Active Trader beside the cell order column header. Click Customize from the drop-down. Click Volume and then, you guessed it, click the Remove Items button. From here, make sure the following are in the current set area, in this order: Buy orders, bid size, price, ask size, and then sell orders.
We would dive into the nitty-gritty of how to navigate that screen, but if you cannot crack that code, frankly, trading might not be your cup of tea.
This is where we get rid of some of those buttons up top I never use. There is a half arrow icon thingy at the left of the buttons at the top of Active Trader. It is currently pointing to the right. Click it and plop Hola, Quantity, Template, and Auto Send options. But we'll come back to those in a moment. Quantity is just that for any order submitted. The number buttons beside Quantity do exactly what you think. At least what I think you should think. Clicking one sets the quantity accordingly. If Auto Send is not checked, then when you submit an order or change an existing order, a confirmation screen will display. That confirmation screen gives you an opportunity to review your order. More importantly, it ensures you don't fire off a trade by mistake. Trust me, that sucks worse than food poisoning on a roller coaster.
The aforementioned confirmation window is quite straightforward, so we are not going to belittle the point by walking through it. However, do be sure to familiarize yourself with that screen before you trade with real money. You will find it to be time well spent.
The template feature gives you the ability to reuse order configurations, like having it submit a buy order that when triggered will auto-magically create orders for your profit and stop loss. This is a majestic creature that warrants thorough exploration, but alas, its secrets demand a longer reveal. So, we will come back to this plot point later in our story. Back to the buttons. Click the cog icon to the right of the buttons. In the current set area, click Reverse to highlight it. Then click the Remove Items button under the current set area. You are done when you have the Buy Mac, Sell MICT, Flatten, and Cancel buttons at the top of the Active Trader window. Then click OK to close the Customize window.
Knowledge nugget alert. For those with brain cells engaged in a game of whack-a-mole, MKT is the secret code for market. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program.
When you summon the mighty power of the Buy Market button, it goes on a shopping spree like a shopaholic cheetah on Red Bull. Ah, brace yourself, dear trader, for I am about to impart upon you a vital nugget of wisdom. If you have orders out there dependent on each other, Exiting your position this way will not close out those other orders. Oh no, my friend, they will stick around, waiting to crash your party the moment their conditions are met. Which means anytime you use this button, you need to be very, very sure to double-check and cancel any artifacts of the trade you just bid adieu to. In short, right after using Buy Market, be sure to cancel any pending orders you don't want. The Sell Market button is your way of announcing, step right up, ladies and gents. We've got a stock extravaganza and everything must go. No haggling, no negotiations, no offer refused. Take it all on your terms. Remember that vital nugget of wisdom I imparted upon you about the Buy Market button? Well, all of that, applies here too. When it comes to canceling working orders on Active Trader, you could click the X on each order marker in the Buy Orders and Slash or Sell Orders column. Alternatively, you may wield the epic power of the Cancel button. Picture this. You have orders working on the Active Trader, and with a simple click on this enchanting button, a menu reveals itself from which you may choose the type of order you wish to dispel. That leaves the Flatten button. Clicking the Flatten button will get you out of your position faster than a squirrel dodging traffic, regardless of what the auto send option says. No confirmation window will interrupt your swift market exit. What's more is that if you are in a one cancel other trade, for example, it will get you out and auto-magically make those pesky pending orders vanish. In short, clicking Flatten will dump your position via a market order and cancel any and all related orders.
Position summary, also known as trading ladder.
Now let's drop down to the position summary section. First, you can hide or show the position summary as follows. Click the tiny cog icon at the top right of the Sell Orders column in Active Trader. Check or uncheck the Show Position Summary option on the pop-up menu. So with it checked and the position summary visible, we shall proceed. B/S is the number of buys and sells you have executed this day. Here's the thing you have to keep in mind. When you enter a long trader, you are buying and you sell to exit. However, you are selling when you enter a short trade and you buy to exit. Next is the position, which changes to match reality. When you are not in a trade, it is labeled Pose Flat, meaning your position is flat. Enter a long trade and poof. It says Pose Long and shows the number of shares or contracts you have preceded by a plus sign. Guess what? If you enter a short trade, it says Pose Short, along with the number of shares or contracts you have preceded by a minus sign. AVG price is the average price. This has to do with the delightful dance of price fluctuations and multiple entry orders. If price moves as your entry order is being filled, or you do multiple entry orders at different prices, this is the average of the prices you got filled at while entering the trade. P/L open is simple enough. It is the amount of profit or loss since opening the trade. This brings us to P/L day. I am thinking you may have already deduced what it is, so this should be confirming what you already know. The P/L day is profit or loss for the day. Effectively the composite score of your trades for a particular instrument throughout the current day. This scoreboard reflects your triumphs and or defeats. By the way, day resets at midnight. Our stroll down position summary lane has come to an end. Now let's pretend we've got one of those cool poles in a fire station and slide down to the next section with the exhilaration and adrenaline of a daring firefighter. I call this the Active Trader or Ladder section. Its most basic function is to submit an order when you click a price point in either the bid size or ask size column. It submits a buy order for the quantity you entered at the selected price level when you click in the bid size column. Stand by for another nugget of knowledge. If you are not in a position, this will get you into a long position. If you are in a short position, this will get you out of the shorts. Inversely, clicking a price point in the ask size column will submit a sell order. Remember all that jazz I said about clicking the bid size? Well, flip it like a pancake on a Sunday morning. Same rules, just invert it. As you mouse over the ask or bid size column price points, a virtual placard will display showing quantity, trade type of buy or sell, and order type of limit or stop. There's nothing more to say when it comes to quantity or trade type. They fall under the category of is what it is. Order type, on the other hand, changes according to where the price point is in relation to current price. When you move more than one price point past the current price, the order type switches from limit to stop. This is a good place to point out what a limit and stop order means. A limit order says, sell at this price or better, but do not accept anything less profitable than the price I designated. In this case, worse means less for a long trade and higher for a short trade. Quick reminder, a market order says, come one, come all. It's yours for whatever you want to pay. With that in mind, stop order says that as soon as a price is reached, an exit at market order will be launched. You will also notice that when you are in an order, your entry price level is denoted by an arrowhead pointing inward. Active trader normally keeps the current price at the center of the price ladder. However, occasionally, the price will move so fast that active trader can't keep up and current price may even fly out of sight. There's an icon at the top right of the price ladder that looks like two arrowheads pointing at a line between them. Clicking that icon will bring the current price back to the center of the price ladder. What I'm about to lay on you is kind of like knowing that honey never spoils. It is interesting and makes you sound super smart when you can work it into a conversation, but it is not something you will use very often. Notice how some of the price levels have a straight-up black background, and some have more of a grayish background. The black background is on price levels from the low of the current day to the high of the current day. Price points with grayish background are outside of a price level that has been achieved thus far today. See, I was right. It is good to know, but you probably will not use it very often. Now, remember earlier I said we would come back to a particular plot point, that being the template feature on the order entry section above the price ladder. That time is now. Think of order templates as your trading genie, ready to grant your order wishes in a flash. Whether you're a fan of limit orders, stop orders, or complex multi-leg strategies, the order template feature is there to make your trading experience more efficient. You can create order templates in Active Trader with specific settings, parameters, and strategies tailored to your trading style and preferences. You can apply these templates to quickly place orders without the hassle of manually entering all the details each time. The default order template is single. That is a single order with no other parameters. From here, it is important to be clear about what some advanced order types are. Explaining them fully? Nah, not gonna happen here. Doing any justice to explaining them is way outside of the scope of this presentation. So, strap in for the speed date version. Up first is one cancels other order. This is a pair of conditional orders that have made a dark pact. If one order executes, the other goes bye-bye. An OCO order generally combines a stop order with a limit order. When either the stop or limit price is reached and the order is executed, the other order is automatically canceled. This clever trick eliminates the risk of inadvertently entering a trade if price moves to trigger it. Next up, bracket order, or in Active Trader template terms, trigger with bracket. Once the trade is filled, if you wanted to, you could get out of your position by bracketing your order using the one cancels other order type. You fire off a buy or sell order with one of these bad boys and bam! It sets up an OCO with a limit order for some sweet profit taking and a stop order to keep you in check. It's a one-click punch for making it rain, baby. Long position? Bracket order sets up OCO sell limit and sell stop. Short position? Bracket order arranges OCO buy limit and buy stop. Boom! Trading moves made easy peasy. I am leaving out a buttload of detail, but that should be enough for you to be able to follow along with the coming how-tos. Alright folks, let's get to it. As previously mentioned, template defaults to single. Click the template drop-down. There are plenty of other options. You're welcome to dig into it on your own time. For now and for most of the time from now on, select trigger with bracket. A whole new set of options present. Enabled is checked. Obviously leave it that way. Key is how many shares or contracts are to be processed. Link defaults to TRG for trigger. When you click it, you get several different options. For our purposes here, trigger is good. If you ever need to select one of those other options, you already know what they do by then. Offset is the amount by which the corresponding order will be offset from entry price. That is the distance from the entry price. Clicking the icon on the left of this column determines how the price moves when you click the plus-minus signs. By default, the icon displays a plus slant minus, and the offset value is plus and minus $1. That is to say, when this icon is set to plus slant minus, clicking the plus minus symbol on the right of this column will move the offset by 1 tick size value. For stocks, that means 1 penny because all stocks have a tick size value of 1 penny. Futures, on the other hand, each have their own unique tick value. For example, E-mini S&P 500 index futures have a tick size of 0.25. So when you click the plus sign on the right of this cell, the value moves up by 25. So the plus slant minus is for when you want to set the profit and stop loss orders a specific dollar value from the entry. Click the icon on the left of the offset column so it displays what looks like a ladder icon. The ladder icon is for the number of ticks. So tick size is not so much of a factor. If you want your profit and stop orders to be 10 ticks from entry, you need only click the plus minus symbols on the right of the offset column and set the offset value to 10. Click the icon on the left of the offset column so it displays a percent sign icon. The percent is the percent of price. This is for if you want your bracket orders to be set a percentage. This is your jam. Order is the type of order to be submitted. It defaults to limit order on top and stop order on the bottom. That is as we want it. TIF stands for time in force. Defaults today, and we will leave it at that. Time in force of day means if the order does not execute before the end of regular trading hours today, the order will be automatically canceled. The other option on the TIF dropdown is GTC, which stands for good till canceled. If that is selected, then the order will remain in effect until it is canceled, be it today or next month. Once you've set up your orders the way you want it is a simple matter of saving it. Click the icon of an old-fashioned disk at the right of the order area. Enter a name in the input name for this template pop-up. Click Save. Just like that, from now on, every time you want to use this configuration, just select it from the template dropdown. There is also a delete option on the dropdown. Yuppers, that is what it does. Note template flips back to single immediately after entering with a selected template. Last but not least, the numbers in the bid size and ask size columns are the number of outstanding at each price level. And with that, we reach the climactic end of this riveting roller coaster ride of a presentation.
This concludes our presentation. We hope you found it useful and/or entertaining. Have a wonderful day.